how many stories have gone untold, products unsold, just because somebody could not step up to the stage and get to tell their story. There are so many stories that people would want to tell, but they just don't have the courage to step up and say it. And sometimes it's not that they don't have the courage, it is because they cannot communicate effectively. So communication is very key, and that's why we have to talk about public speaking and business presentation. Why would somebody communicate and not communicate effectively? Why would somebody think they are a good public speaker, or they can actually speak, then turn out they actually don't speak? Because there is a very clear difference between people who speak and people who talk. Some people think they can speak just because they talk. Just because you can step up and don't have any fear of speaking in front of people does not make you a public speaker. If you probably are very good at just chit-chatting with people, you can walk into a crowd, give them stories, you can walk into people's groups and continue with their conversations, you're probably a good talker. But can you step up at the front? Can you get to the stage and get to tell your story clearly and effectively? Because that is what speaking is all about. If you can speak, then it means you can tell a very coherent story, you can have it very well arranged, it is very well communicated, and it is well planned in advance, meaning people can actually clearly tell where you are coming from and where you're going. And that's the clarity between speaking and talking. If you talk, you can probably just do a good chit chat without having a very clear or objective in terms of your communication. But if you are a speaker, you have a very clear objective, you are very organized, it is very formal, and it is delivered in a certain way. So just because you can talk does not necessarily mean you can speak. And that's why it is very important for you to enhance your public speaking. So then what makes one an effective public speaker? The key to everything is preparation. Preparation, preparation, preparation. Preparation is key. You cannot afford to step in front of people and just start chatting. You need to have thought through it from the beginning to the end. As we shall continue seeing in all the modules that we'll be looking at, preparation is key. And that is an effective communicator success. It is how much you are able to prepare. And as you begin your public speaking, from the beginning, there are two things that you need to think about. The first thing you need to think about is, what is your goal? And the second thing that you need to think about, who are your audience? Because the biggest mistake you can make is to walk into a crowd having not decided what you want to achieve. Just like we do in life, you must have a goal. What do I want to achieve? And there could be different type of goals. The first one could be that you just need to inform people. If you're in an office, if you're in an official meeting, you just need to inform people about a certain status of a project, status of something that is ongoing. Then there's not much details into it. You just need to inform people. So your goal will be achieved once you have informed them, once you have passed that information. The other thing could be that you need to educate these people. Educating and informing are two very different things. If you are educating people, you need to have the details of it. You need to have gotten into the deeper issues. You need to be able to clarify issues. You need to be able to demonstrate it. You need to be able to give relevant examples. You need to sound like a master of that subject, in short. So you cannot afford to step in front of people to educate them if you have not thought through the details, if you have not mastered that content. The other objective could be just that you want to motivate people. You want to activate them to do a certain thing. This could be because you want them to change their behavior. It could be because you want them to follow a certain goal, but you need to motivate them and activate them. What this means is that you need to speak to their feelings, you need to speak to their heart. Again, that becomes very different from the person who is informing and educating. If you're going to motivate people and make them, activate them to do something, then you have to really speak to their heart, like you're looking for their votes, like you're looking for them to make a change. That has to come in a very persuasive way, so much so that they feel you from the heart, not just from the head, and they're able to follow that. So that again is a goal that has to be communicated very differently. Sometimes all you need is again to just entertain people. If all you are looking to is to entertain them, then you can't talk like somebody who is informing, you can't talk like somebody who is just educating. You need to give humor into it. You need to give people a reason to smile. Because when you're given a chance to speak to people for entertainment, then people are looking to be entertained. People are looking to get humor. People are looking to be happy. They're looking for a moment of humor. So you have to be able to deliver that. That's why knowing your goal is key from the beginning. Always ask yourself before you step up, as you prepare for your speech, what am I trying to achieve here? And then go into that direction. The second thing we have said you need to know is that you need to know your audience. The way you give humor to a 12-year-old is very different from that giving humor to a 40-year-old to a 60-year-old. So you have to know your audience. You have to analyze them in different formats. You have to look at their demographics first. What age are they? Are they from a specific gender? Are they from a specific social background? Are they from a specific economic background? Are they from a specific kind of professional? Are they from a specific region or zone or country? And what's very unique about that kind of group? So until you understand your group, then you're not likely to be able to deliver in a very good way, because you need to be able to speak to the people. It is not about you, it is about the people. If they don't feel you, if they don't hear you, if they don't connect with you, if you don't connect with them, then there's a problem. So you really totally need to know your people, and not just about knowing their demographics. Other things that you need to know, you need to think about how much do they know about what you're going to speak to them about. What's their level of knowledge, in short, so that you don't start too low or start too high. They need to feel like they cannot connect with you because you know where they are starting off, but you also need to add value. Say something that they feel if they did not come to listen to you, they would have not learnt about it. So there is value in you speaking to them. So how much do they know about what you're talking to them? Think about your audience from all angles. Who they are, how they look like, what they expect. Because even when people come to listen to you, they have an expectation. What do you think they expect? Think as much as you can. If it's a group that you have engaged with before, if there's somebody from the team you have engaged before, just get to ask that person, what do they expect from me? What kind of speech do they expect? What kind of content do they expect? So get to understand their expectation. What do they even expect from me as a speaker? What do they expect me to look like? How do they expect me to deliver? Do they expect me to do more than just talking, to do some demonstrations, to give some documents, to give some follow-ups? What do they expect? And again, people are very egocentric. So as you prepare, always think about the egocentrism part of human being.